Greetings. This is a reading, an anonymous reading for a viewer. That this is a Celtic Cross, and I've already laid the cards and turned them all over. Now I'm just going to do the reading. It's a question. The question is rather personal. It's about two people, and it's about an obsession, a secret obsession one person has for another. I'm trying to be as I'm trying to be as discreet as possible about it, because these are real actual people, and I don't want to make it so I don't give away any personal identifiable information or anything like that. So let's just start the reading and see how it goes here. So our first card here is the Nine of Swords. This card represents the question. The Nine of Swords is it's a card of like anxiety, but for a question of obsession, I would say that it's something that is occupying a lot of your mind, right? A lot of time in your mind. There's a lot of reprocessing of the same pieces of information, and that I think is represented by the little imp there hanging on the person's back. That's the obsession. That's the anxiety. That's the the mental junk that you just can't get out of your head. Okay, so that's the question. The question is the Nine of Swords. It may or may not actually be keeping you awake at night, but symbolically, it's taking a lot of your mental, it's taking you're mentally processing it, over processing it perhaps. So our next card, which is the second card, this is what crosses the question, or is what is in opposition to the question, is the Ace of Swords. So we have another sword. The Ace of Swords. Okay, for this question, the Ace of Swords is going to be a fresh thought process, or a way of taking that sword and kind of cutting loose the over processing, kind of getting out, cleaning house, maybe starting over. Exercising, getting control over this obsessive thought of yours, and cleaning house with it. Okay, so I hope that explains it. This is what is in opposition. This is what in this case I would say this is what you need to do, or you'd like to do, or what's missing, and that's getting control with the ace there. So our third card, which is above the question, is the Magician. This is the obvious part of the question. In this case, the Magician represents you were impressed by this other person. This person, you were impressed. He seemed to be a jack of all trades. He seemed to have some type of a magical quality to him. He was quick learn. He followed directions well. And you were, quite impressed, and that's part of the reason why you think of him so much, is that, he stood out. He seemed to work magic for you, and you like that. So that's the obvious part of the question, the third card. So now we're going to move down here to the fourth card, which is the hidden part. This is the part that's not so obvious, or is more difficult to understand or perceive, is the Page of Swords. So this is another sword. This is the Page of Swords. This is the low of the suit. This, I think, is part of the question that's more difficult to understand, and that is how this other person actually is. He's a page. He's working for you, right? He's the messenger boy. He's the errand boy. He's somebody that that might look up to you for advice, or in some type of like a teacher kind of role, something like that. He wants to learn, he's eager to please, he's younger than you, and really all that he's bringing is the sword, right? Think of the sword as a phallus. I mean, that's really all he actually has, at the stage in his life that he is. Okay? So our fifth card here is the past. And this is the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups is generally a card of fantasy or dreams or, you know, numerous opportunities or, you know, even illusion in some ways, or delusion. Yeah, but, you know, this is the past. This is maybe, you know, some of the things that you've thought of, some of the different things about the obsession that you're thinking of, like different possibilities, different scenarios you play out in your head. But, you know, I guess it keeps you busy kind of creatively to think about these things. So now we're going to move on to the future. The future, we have the Three of Swords, another sword. This is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords generally represents tragedy, loss, sorrow. This is the future. So I'm going to say that for this being the future, it's that whichever choice you make, whether you choose to act out this obsession or drive it out of your mind, there's going to be a degree of sorrow or of loss. You know, it's like you're going to, if you don't act upon this obsession, you're going to maybe feel like what could have been, that you won't know about. But I think it also is saying that if you do act upon the obsession, that's not going to really work out very well either. There's still going to be some betrayal maybe, or some you're gonna feel lost there as well. All right, so now we're going to move on to our seventh card, which is the High Priestess. This card represents you. You are the High Priestess. You're the keeper of the secrets. You know, you're the one that the page is learning from, right? You're the boss, right? You're the woman with the wisdom and the knowledge, the secret knowledge. It's also, you trying to could also represent, you trying to get control over your mental processes through intuition of some kind or through some alternate means. But that would be you. So now we're going to move on to our eighth card here, which is the environment that you find yourself in, or the other person in the person that you're asking the question about. What we have here is the Seven of Swords, another sword, and the Seven of Swords is usually a card of betrayal and mistrust, of thievery, that kind of thing. But here in this deck, it's more of like a trick gone bad, because the sword is being suspended by a string, and the string is about to snap, and that sword's about to, he's about to swallow that sword a little quicker than he expected to. I think, what this is saying is that your environment right now, this is a risky game for you. This is a very risky thing for you to do, to actually act out on this, obsession and try to contact this person or see about, getting involved. It's risky for you. There's a lot that you have a lot to lose. There's a lot that could go wrong. It's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game. So now our ninth card, which is hopes and fears, we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, the Ten of Swords, as you can see, is somebody stuffed in a box, and then there's a bunch of, it's like a magician's trick. This is the work, this kind of thing is the work of the magician, right? All those swords stuck in that box is a magician's trick. Your hopes are that there's no harm or no danger will, nothing bad will happen because of these obsessions, but your fears is that, they are damaging. They can be, they can cut you like a two-way sword, and so this is a card that's I guess kind of asking, where your safety, where do you want to put your safety level, or your act upon your intuition on this one, and maybe you just get out of the box. If they're going to put this, if the swords are coming, rather than hope that they miss you, maybe you should just get out of the box. And so then our final card here, which is the 10th card, which is an outcome card, or the card that predicts the fortune, we have the Six of Wands. So this Six of Wands is a little different. I call it the fairy wand, because it's like a little butterfly that's emerging from a cocoon, you know. So it's like a metamorphosis or a transformation. You're kind of rising from rising again, or kind of having a rebirth. So I think what this is also a card that represents, a victory, or this is generally a positive card. I think it's saying that you're going to, the decision you make is going to be the right one for you, and that it's going to free you, or it's going to be a transformational type of thing to settle, to come to some kind of a conclusion, or some kind of a resolution for this obsession, but it is going to have a positive impact upon your life. And I believe that's it. So I hope this helps with your question about obsession, and thank you for asking your question.